Hi guys, so today I'll be redoing my panel, and you can see it's in pretty bad shape. Color is peeling off, so we're gonna take it off and try to refinish this. I already redid my center console, and you can see it's really nice and clean. It used to be pretty bad. So it's time for me to do my side panels, and the best way to do it is remove this panel. So there are 3 T20 screws underneath this handle that I've already removed, and this is what you need, a T20. So once you remove this, there's another one right behind this, so we're gonna pry this out. And guys, learn from me. I broke it while taking it out because I was using this, so you have to be very careful, because depending on how old your car is, this becomes very brittle. So it's easy to break, but if it breaks, I mean, it's a cheap part, you can always buy it. This is another thing I forgot to tell you guys. There is also a screw right behind this, and this is a cap that's covering that, and there is no side to pry it open, so I took a pin and just kind of stick it on the side and kind of start prying it out nice and slow, and finally eventually it came out. Again, remove these 3 screws, and this one, and then what you have to do is you have to go around the side, and I just used a pry bar. My car isn't that new, so I don't care even if I get some scratches on the side. But if you're worried about the scratches, you can put a towel or something, and honestly, I did not see any scratches when I did that. So I just took a pry bar and kind of stick it like this and kind of pry it open. So there are clips that is holding this entire panel all the way from here to here, and that's what I did. I went around. Let me show you guys what the clips look like. So these are the clips that are just inside. So when I did that, everything came out, and you can see here's 1, 2, 3, and then all the way around. So now I have to remove it from the top, and what we have to do is pull this one towards you. So we cannot lock this one. Apparently this is a driver's side, so it's kind of hard to really get in. So I'm going to pull this outwards, but this is held by a lock, so I'm going to have to do it with 2 hands. So I'm going to pull this towards me and then try to get it out that way. Okay, so I got the panel out. The way I did was start pulling it outwards from here, and then when I reached the end, I just kind of popped it above this lock piece, and then I had to undo some of the wires. So there was a wire on this side, so all I had to do was push this clip and pull it out. This was inside here. Let me show you guys from far. And all I had to do was just wiggle it out. And then I had one right here, which was this small one, and same thing, you just wiggled it out. And this was kind of tricky because this was in your door handle, and all I had to do was move this guy up and just came right out. So now my panel is nice and free, and I'm going to go ahead and start working on the panel. Okay, so here's the panel, and I had some paint that was kind of like coming off, so I had to like clean it up. And this is what I used: denture, alcohol, and some rags. And it's just that kind of dissolves the unfinished paint or whatever is peeling off, and just kind of try to peel it off so you have a nice even surface. And for the rest, I'm going to go ahead and clean it with soap and water. Make sure you don't put any water on the speakers or the electrical part, so kind of keep the water away from this stuff, and just kind of try to clean it up from the side, and I just have a pail of water and some soap in there, and I'm going to try to get all the grease off. And once I have the grease off, then we're going to do the refinishing with the paint. Alright guys, so I cleaned it up pretty good, and I kind of like wiped it with water, and make sure you dry it out completely. If it's wet, the paint is not gonna get on really good. So it's nice and clean. I taped it up pretty good, at the trim lines. And I know you can remove this piece, but my car is very old, I'm kind of scared that I'm gonna break it if I try to pry it up. And I just taped up the entire thing. So the speaker is okay, because I'm just gonna spray the grill a little bit, it's not gonna damage anything. The paint that I'm using is this guy right here, and I got it from Amazon. It was like about 17 bucks. This is the color name, Savannah Beige, and this is the perfect match for the BMW E46. That's the one I have. It may match any other models as well, but this is a perfect match. So I'm gonna go ahead and start spraying. And the best part about this is this can also go on the leather. So you can see it's leather, vinyl, hard trim. So it's pretty much one paint for everything. I've tried it on plastic, you know, it works pretty good. You know, all the trim colors are this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and start spraying, and I'll show you the finished product. Okay guys, so here is the product after 2 coats. I think I'm gonna apply 1 more coat, and you know, I have some damage. You can repair these, but I'm not really picky about that, you know. But it looks nice and clean, and you can do it 2 ways. You can do like an even coat with keeping your hands steady, or you can give it like a leather kind of look. So I kind of try to give it that leather textured look, as you can see a little bit, you know, it just kind of gives that rough leather look. But again, if you keep your hands steady, and you can give it like a nice even finish, whatever you prefer, you know. And the only look that I gave is on the inner part, you know, so kind of looks like this leather, but again, doesn't really matter. I may change that later on, I'm not sure yet, but here is the final product, and I'm gonna go ahead and, once it dries out for another hour or so, I think I'm gonna leave it out, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put it back and show you guys the final product. Guys, just one tip I want to give you guys: once it's all dried up after about an hour, you know, just take a rag and kind of like, you know, rub it across, because when you paint, there are small particles that kind of goes on and kind of sticks to the surface. So you want to make sure you get all that out, and it kind of gives it a nice and even finish look. And I noticed that I decided to do the even touch to it, and as you can see, before I had a lot of clear that leather look, you know, but I kind of did a more even finish, and it came out pretty good. And after rubbing this, you know, you can see how much is coming off, and it's giving it a really nice even look. So that's pretty much it, and I think we're ready to put the panel back on the car. So I'm ready to put this back on. So the way you're gonna do it is we're gonna try to push it in from the top and get this in first, and we're gonna push it in, and once we push it inwards, then we can go ahead and hit it from the sides and put all these clamps in these holes that you see all around the door. And once we have all these hooks in there, then we'll be ready to pretty much put the screws back in, and we'll be good to go. Okay, so here's the final product. I installed the panel just in the reverse order, and you can see the big difference. It's all new. I'm just gonna have to put the tabs back in for this guy and that guy, and everything came out pretty nice and clean. So guys, hopefully you liked the video. Similarly, I'm gonna do all my side trims and everything, and I've already done the center console. As you can see, came out pretty nice and clean. So guys, if you like the video, please subscribe to my channel and like the video. Thank you.